Okay, everybody, let's apply the power rule. So, if you look here, I have y to the fourth cubed. Now, I could work this out the long way. I could write what's inside here, y to the fourth, 3 times. Okay? So, just to show you the long way, I could write y to the fourth times y to the fourth times y to the fourth. Because that's what this exponent means. Write what's in here 3 times. And then we're doing operation of multiplication. And we learn when we multiply the same variable, we just add the exponents. 4 plus 4 is 8. 8 plus 4 is 12. So we know this expression is y to the 12th. Now, we don't need to do this middle work. We have the power rule. The power rule says when you have an exponent and another exponent, and they're separated by a parentheses, all you do is multiply these exponents together. And the base is y. And if you multiply the exponent 4 times the exponent 3, you will get the exponent 12. So that's what the power rule is doing. It's saving you time from doing work. But you have to be careful with the power rule that you don't make careless errors. So if you look here, I have 2b squared to the 4th. If I'm going to do the power rule, this is what you all do right. You all see the exponent 2. You all see the exponent 4. You see the parentheses. So you know to multiply 2 and 4 and you get 8. But who does that 8 exponent belong to? Well, it belongs to the letter B. So you all write b to the 8th. And then what you do wrong is you just bring the 2 down. You can't do that. This 2 has an exponent. It's understood to be the exponent 1. So there's an exponent 1 times an exponent 4. So every term has an exponent. And if you're going to do the power rule, you got to multiply this 4 to every exponent. So the base would be 2, and 1 times 4 would be 4. Now you can't leave that answer. You have to work out 2 to the 4th. In your head, you know 2 to the 4th means 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. So 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8, 8 times 2 is 16. You can't do anything with b to the 8th, that's in lowest terms. That would be your expression multiplied. So you have to be careful. If you're going to do the power rule, you have to take that exponent and multiply it to every other exponent. If it's not there, it's understood to be a 1. Okay, next term. I have negative 4z to the 7th cubed. I could write this out 3 times, but if I want to save the time, the rule is we're going to do the power rule. The part that you all get right is you see the exponent 7, you see the exponent 3. You all know 7 times 3 is 21. That exponent 21 belongs only to the z. So that's z to the 21st power. What you forget to do is understand this number negative 4 has an exponent of 1. And you have to multiply that exponent to this exponent. So your base is negative 4, and 1 times 3 is 3. So now you got to work that out. What is negative 4 multiplied 3 times? Well, negative 4 times negative 4 is positive 16. 16 times another negative 4 would be negative 64. And this would be z to the 21st. So the biggest mistake you all make is you'll do the exponent connected to the variable, but you'll forget the number, the coefficient also has an exponent. And you have to do it. Our last expression, we have a fraction. So we've been through this. Okay, first thing, we're all going to see the 6 is an exponent. We're going to see the 2 is an exponent. There's a parentheses between them. So we're going to do the power rule. Power rule says to multiply. So in the numerator, we'll get x to the 12th. In the denominator, you have an exponent 3. It's raised to the 6th power. So if you do it in the numerator, you got to do it in the denominator. 3 times 6 would be 18. If y is in the denominator, it stays in the denominator. Y'all with me? The biggest mistake you forget is to do this symbol. This negative belongs where, guys? That's right. It really belongs to the numerator. And it's really the coefficient of negative 1. We have to take negative 1 and do it 6 times because remember, that's a number. It has an invisible exponent of 1. And 1 times 6 would be I have to do -1 6 times. Well, we all know a negative times a negative is a positive. Another negative times a negative is a positive. Another negative times a negative is a positive. So if you take a negative and multiply it 6 times, you'll get a positive. And if you multiply 1 6 times, you'll get 1. So this final answer is x to the 12th over y to the 18th. And that is that expression simplified. And that is how we use the power rule to save time. All right, we still got more multiplication to come. See you in the next video.